Welcome to CurioSphere. Are you always busy, but your most important work is never finished? In this video, you'll learn why this happens, and how to fix it using one powerful idea called deep work, so that your effort finally turns into real progress. Most people think the solution is better time management, more planning, more tools, but the real issue is simpler and deeper. We've lost the ability to focus without distraction. And without focus, even long hours produce shallow results. That's where deep work comes in. Deep work is the ability to focus without distraction on cognitively demanding work. The kind of work that pushes your abilities, forces you to think, creates long-term value. The opposite of deep work is shallow work. Emails, meetings, messages, administrative tasks. Shallow work keeps you busy, but it rarely improves your skill or moves your life forward in a meaningful way. That's why many people work hard for years, yet feel stuck. To understand deep work properly, we need to look at it in two parts. First, why deep work matters, why it is valuable, rare, and meaningful. Then, how to actually practice it, the rules that turn the idea into action. Let's start with the idea. Deep work is valuable. In the modern economy, value comes from two abilities. First, the ability to learn hard things quickly. Second, the ability to produce high-quality work. Both require deep focus. If your attention is constantly broken, your learning becomes fragmented. You may spend years working, but your ability stays the same. Deep work changes this. When you concentrate deeply, your brain forms stronger connections. You understand concepts instead of memorizing them. You solve problems instead of reacting. This is why two people can work the same number of hours and end up in very different places. One is busy, the other is focused. Cal Newport gives a powerful real-world example. Bill Gates used to take what he called think weeks. He would isolate himself with books and ideas to think deeply about the future of Microsoft. Some of Microsoft's most important strategies came from those weeks, not from meetings, from uninterrupted thinking. Deep work is rare. If deep work is so valuable, why is it so uncommon? Because modern work discourages it. Open offices reward availability. Emails reward quick replies. Meetings reward presence, not output. Busyness is visible. Deep work is quiet. So people slowly optimize for what looks productive instead of what creates value. Cal Newport gives a modern example. Organizational psychologist Adam Grant batches his teaching into one semester. This protects the rest of the year for deep research and writing. He doesn't wait for time to appear. He designs his schedule around depth. Most people don't, and that's why deep work remains rare. Deep work is meaningful. Deep work doesn't just improve results. It improves how work feels. When you focus deeply, you see progress. You feel pride. You experience mastery. Humans are wired to enjoy craftsmanship. Shallow work leaves you restless. Deep work leaves you fulfilled. That's why a busy day can still feel empty, and a focused day can feel meaningful. Part 2, the rules. Understanding deep work is not enough. If understanding alone worked, we would all be focused already. Deep work becomes real only when it turns into specific actions. Cal Newport organizes this into 4 steps. Step 1, work deeply. Decide how deep work fits into your life. Deep work does not happen naturally. Willpower fades. Motivation fluctuates. So the first step is this. Decide when and where deep work will happen. Not someday. Not when you feel inspired. But as a default. Cal Newport explains 4 ways people do this. Option 1, monastic approach. You eliminate shallow work almost completely. Few meetings. Minimal communication. Long, uninterrupted focus. Carl Jung followed this approach. He built a stone tower in Bollingen, Switzerland, where he worked in isolation. No phone, no visitors, no distractions. This creates maximum depth, but it is unrealistic for most people. Option 2, bimodal approach. You divide life into 2 clear modes. Some periods are only for deep work. Other periods are for shallow tasks. Bill Gates' think weeks are a classic example. During those weeks, there were no meetings and no emails, only reading and thinking. This works if you can block full days or long stretches. Option 3, rhythmic approach. Deep work becomes a daily habit. Same time, same place, every day. Even 1 or 2 hours daily, done consistently, creates powerful long-term results. If you're unsure where to start, start here. Option 4. Journalistic approach. You switch into deep work whenever time becomes available. This requires strong focus, experience, mental control. Newport warns beginners not to start with this approach. Here is your action for Rule 1. Choose one approach, then write down on paper when you will do your deep work, at what hours, for how much time and where. Without this clarity, deep work will always be postponed. Step 2. Embrace boredom. Retrain your brain to tolerate focus. Most people think distraction is the problem, but the deeper issue is this. We can't tolerate boredom anymore. Every empty moment is filled. Waiting, check phone. Silence, check phone. Discomfort, check phone. This trains the brain to expect stimulation. So when you try to focus deeply, your mind looks for escape. Not because the work is hard, but because your brain isn't used to stillness. What you must do: stop giving your brain instant escape. Practical steps. No phone while waiting. No background scrolling between tasks. Sit with the urge to check, don't act. This is not punishment. It is training. Boredom is the gym for focus. Step 3. Quit social media selectively. Remove tools that steal depth. This rule is often misunderstood. Newport is not anti-technology. He is anti-unexamined technology. Most people use tools because they offer some benefit. But Newport proposes the craftsman approach. A craftsman uses tools only if they strongly support what they value. Convenience is not enough. If a tool fragments your attention, it costs you depth. And depth is expensive to lose. Here is your action for Step 3. Choose one digital tool. Reduce or remove it for 30 days. Then observe your focus, your thinking, your mental clarity. Depth returns quietly. Step 4. Drain the shallows. Contain shallow work before it consumes your day. Shallow work is unavoidable. Emails must be answered. Meetings must happen. But shallow work is dangerous because it expands to fill all available time. What you must do: give shallow work strict boundaries. Practical steps. Time block your day. Batch emails and messages. Set a clear shutdown time. If you don't schedule deep work first, shallow work will take everything. What you don't control will control you. When you put these 4 steps together, deep work stops being an idea and becomes a way of working. Let's return to where we started. Being busy, but never finishing what truly matters. That problem isn't about effort. It's about attention. Deep work gives you a way to protect your focus, build rare skills, create meaningful progress. Focus is not a personality trait. It is a skill, and skills can be trained. If this video helped you think more clearly, tell me in the comments. What kind of work do you want to go deeper into? And if you enjoy content that doesn't just summarize books but helps you understand life, one idea at a time, subscribe to CurioSphere. Until next time, choose depth over distraction.